Okay, hi. I'm Rachel Verhaaren, lead project manager at Mindgrub, and I'm going to talk to you a bit about how we do operations onboarding here and how you could use some of these tips to improve onboarding in your own organization. So after kind of the typical stuff that you might do, you're going to talk about health insurance with your new employee. You're going to give them maybe their laptop, give them a tour of the office, that kind of stuff. So after that, we think it's really important to get into a bit more of the nitty-gritty. So they might have their lists of tasks they have to do, but how are they interacting with people in the organization? Are they, do they know all the different types of things that your company does? Do they know how to use those tools that might not be integral to their particular tasks every day, but kind of let the whole organization work in a more cohesive manner? So we're going to go through a couple of those. First and foremost, when we do our onboarding operations, we do talk about the various teams that we have here at Mindgrub. So we think it's really important to educate all of our team members about the variety of work that we do here. So at Mindgrub, for example, we do quality assurance testing. We also do marketing. We also have managed services, team members. We do a variety of tasks, and we think it's so important to let everyone know just the breadth of our capabilities, because when you're talking to a client perhaps and they're struggling, they have a question, they have a challenge, we want to make sure that they know we can solve all of their problems, and it's a great opportunity to just have more camaraderie around your team members. They all know that you're all here working together, and that all of the different services your company provides can help make your clients have a better experience. So we go through and kind of survey all the different departments we have here at Mindgrub. After that, we talk about kind of how someone's tasking really functions on a daily basis. So we actually ask them 3 questions. How do you know what to do each day? How do you learn more about the project you're working on and those tasks? And then how and why we track our time. So we found that these questions are typical questions that our team members ask that a traditional onboarding might not really expose them to the answers. So when we're talking about how do they know what to do each day, we talk about the tools we use to identify how much time they might have on a project and what those tasks might include. When we talk about learning more about a project, we show them where we have all of our client documentation, where we keep all that information so that it's readily accessible for them, and they don't have to struggle to search for it. So making sure that they know exactly where to find answers to their questions. And lastly, we do talk about time tracking. Of course, in an agency environment, it's really important to know how much time you're taking on your work, and not just for that person and their productivity, but for the company as a whole. So educating about that really helps down the line, so that you're not trying to remember things later on. You kind of can keep all of that fresh in your mind, and it really helps when you're talking about finances and invoicing later on. So after that, we get a little bit deeper into things that I geek out about, microphone, as a project manager, which are our various project methodologies that we use here. And that's going to be something that there's a couple of buzzwords that your team members might be aware of, but digging a little bit deeper into things like the concept of waterfall or concept of agile, things that are very buzzy, but have a deeper need to understand as you're walking through your day-to-day activities. So defining some of those things, at least from a project management perspective, makes project managers' lives a little bit easier, but also allows your team members to feel empowered to speak to some of those processes that they will kind of tangentially work around even while they're developing a website or providing marketing materials to a client. And then lastly, we talk about just some general tips and tools, little hints, little life hacks to kind of work in our organization, things that are a bit more specific to us, but allow them to feel immediately invested in the organization. So we talk about our fun Slack channels. We talk about ways to hack into Google Calendar so that everyone knows what's going on at any time, and just little things that make you feel like you're part of the team. So yeah, that's mostly Mindgrub Operations Onboarding, or MOO, and hope that you can use some of these tips in your own organization to make new team members feel excited and welcome to be there.